Hi, I wanted to make you a video to introduce this class, and I am making this using Windows 10. This is only the second video that I made in Windows 10. I made plenty in Windows 7 and 8. But anyhow, this one, it took me a while to figure out how to use this software in Windows 10. But anyhow, my name is Michael Ritzik, and when you send me emails, say Mr. Ritzik, and in the class we're going to practice using what's called the ABC format. So, like when you do letters or memos, but even when you send me an email, you can say, "Dear Mr. Ritzik," and so you can tell me what you are sending. So, for this week, my preference would be that you would send assignment one on what your friends and family members think of you. Assignment two, you can actually send that through email or as a Word document on writing effective email. And then the other one, the introduction sheet, if you want to put those all in, those three documents in one email, that would be great. That's my preference. It makes it easier to read. One reason why I prefer to get email from you rather than, I know quite a few instructors have you just submit through the gradebook or assignments. I like to have a little bit more of a discussion or dialogue with you as we go throughout the summer. I wanted to tell you the books. So if you buy the one from the bookstore, it looks like this, Technical Communication, A Practical Approach, you do need to get like a binder or something to keep it in. So they sold it to us like this because it was a little bit more cost effective. However, if you buy it from Amazon or other places like that, this is what it looks like. So it's the 8th edition. The difference between the 8th and 7th edition is pretty significant. So, but again, you can lease these, you can buy them used. There are quite a few copies of them. I like this book a lot. It has, I think, 16 or 17 chapters, and that's about the right length. And it is Technical Communication, a Practical Approach. So it's very clear and easy to follow. Like I said, it's one of the better books I've ever used in my time in teaching. I like another one. I teach this course from time to time. It's Business Communication, but the book is called The Essentials of Business Communication by Mary Ellen Guffey, and that is also a first-rate book. So, but I like this textbook. And then if you also buy this from the bookstore, you have the Writers Frequently Asked Questions. You do not have to have this book. But I think having a little handbook to carry in your book bag, your purse, your backpack, or whatnot is helpful because sometimes you need to look something up. Um, when you send the assignments, again, dear Mr. Ritzik, and then in the first sentence or two, tell me, what you are sending and what it is due. Then, second of all, in the next paragraph, tell me a little bit about the assignment. And what I will tell you as you go through this course, I want you to work on certain things. So if I tell you reduce your sentences, they're too long. You need more transition words. You need, some of your punctuation is a little bit off. Whatever it may be, when you send me an email, you can say, notice that I've worked on my sentence level writing, or I've tried to incorporate this. Even last summer, I had somebody that did a consumer report, and they were buying a half-ton pickup truck. So they did not use web sources or anything like that. They used all interviews and visits to car truck dealerships. And I was fine with that. I said, hey, that's a good idea because you're actually driving these trucks and you're talking to people that sell these trucks all day, every day. So, to me, that is a smart move. So, again, you have the textbook, which you will definitely need. We do a test in this class directly from the book. It's an open book test. And so that helps. And then in the book, they also have, like in chapter 8, they have a real good informational update on written instructions. I believe that's from 232 to 240 or 223 to 230, but somewhere in there. And then, of course, writing memos and letters and longer reports and shorter reports and resumes and so on. So I would encourage you to to refer to the book as you go throughout the semester. So besides the assignments, we also do discussion board postings, and those are found under tools. And then you go to the discussion board, and then you go in, and then you create a new thread. And then make sure to spell check though before you submit, or what I always would do. I have a degree. I have a couple different degrees, but I have a degree in professional writing through Chatham, and so when I did that, I would type all my discussion board postings in Word, and then I'd edit and spell check them. And the reason why I would type them in Word is if you ever lose a document, and I've had that happen, like a power surge, or you click submit and it just disappears. So it's a good idea to do that. So I think we do 6 or 7 discussion board postings in the class. And what I wanted to tell you too is, if I comment like this discussion board needs more work, or you didn't spend enough time on this, some people get mad at me and say you should write to me privately. And I cannot do that. I mean, in this class, it's a combined section of 25 students per class, and so there's like 100 students. And what I want you to understand is what I look for and what I try to emphasize. And so it's like if you go to court and you're an attorney, and if you're a detective, certain judges want certain things. So anyhow, when I comment, don't ever say like, oh, he's picking on me. I just want everyone in the class to know what I look for and what I want you to emphasize and so on. So we do discussion boards. And what I wanted to tell you, the 3 major assignments are a summary assignment, where you summarize an article from your discipline or field and you present it in a visual way, a longer way, and a shorter way. Written instruction showing something you know how to do pretty well. And it can be just about anything you can imagine, and I'll talk more about that later. So we will do that. Somebody did like setting up a saltwater aquarium. Grooming a dog, which is a really, really good one to do. I am Slovak and my wife is Polish, so we make stuffed cabbage, haluki, or pierogies. But I've had students in this class that do Chinese specialties, like or Greek, or you name it. I've had people do them. And finally, we will do the consumer report for this class, which is you compare 3 brands of a product, and inevitably you choose one. So like I had somebody in class last summer, and they looked at like a Dyson pet vacuum cleaner. Bissell has a real good one, and Hoover has one. And so they compared 3 of them, and they chose one of them. So just like I said, I basically wanted to say hello. With the assignments that we have for this class, that's the last thing that I wanted to tell you is, you typically have until midnight on Friday. But if you ever need more time, like if you're out of town or something's happening, I have no problem if you submit on Monday by midnight. But just send me an email on Friday and say I'm not going to be able to make the deadline, and so Monday is okay. The only 2 situations you can't do that is with the consumer report at the very last day of the semester, and we do a test, and that has to be on time. But everything else, I'm pretty flexible. So I got to go to a meeting, but I just wanted to say hi. Thanks.